Hello dear friends, welcome to our next video. In today's class, as usual, we are continuing the plant pathology concept, under which we are studying the fungi now. We have completed one video and it will be a continuous series of videos because we are completing the entire basics of the fungi here. It will be very useful for the analyzing the diseases because most of the diseases are by the fungi itself. So it will be very helpful, and here we are also cover the classification concepts also. That will be very useful, especially for the JRF students. Please do watch these videos, and if you are watching for the first time, please watch the previous video. Click on the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notifications. And now let's begin the concept. We had completed till septa concept. Now we shall continue the fungal cell structure. First, let's see the cell wall. See, cell wall, whenever we remember the fungi, we say that fungi contains the chitin 1. And which majority of organisms do contain? Let's see now. See, the usual carbohydrate that is present are cellulose, pectose and callose. Chitin are very common in the fungal cell wall. In these fungi, the lower fungi contains the majority of cellulose and higher fungi contains majority of chitin. This means that cellulose content will goes on decreasing when it moves to the higher organism or higher fungi, and as usual chitin content goes on increasing when we see a lower fungi. It contains majority of cellulose, and when we see a higher fungi it contains majority of chitin, and as usual it contains the true nucleus, and there are multinucleate hypha in which a single cell has more than 2 nuclei and etc. And these nuclei may be interconnected using the endoplasmic reticulum. And at the apex of the hypha, we see this complex, that is ABC, apical vesicular complex. This is the complex that is present at the apex of the hypha, so that they enable and help in transportation. Now we shall begin with another interesting one, that is the specialized somatic structure. These will help fungi in various ways, and they have very special characters, special features also. Let's see one by one, beginning with the rhizoids. Let's see what rhizoids means. Rhiza means roots, and oids means like, means these are not roots, they are root-like one. Let's see the definition. Short root-like filamentous outgrowth of the thallus. They are the outgrowth from the thallus. Thallus means body of the fungi, and generally formed in tufts at the base of the small unicellular thalli. Means at the base of small thalli, they are formed in a tuft. Tuft means let's see. This is a small thalli. Then this one we call as tufts. So they form like that, and they are small outgrowth from the thallus. And let's see some features, that is their anchoring organ to substratum and also absorb nutrients. Means they actually help the fungi to get attached, anchored to the substratum. Substratum means where they grow, and contain the protoplast but no nuclei. These rhizoids does not contain nuclei, they contain protoplast only. They are very common in Chytridiomycetes, Oomycetes and Zygomycetes. Now we shall continue with the next one, next somatic specialized structure, that is Appressorium. Appressorium, let's see the meaning of this word. Appremia means to press against, means if it's there, if I press there, then we call this as Appressorium because it is pressing against this surface. That is what the function of this Appressorium is. Let's see the definition. It's a simple lobed structure of the hyphal or jump tube. It's a structure of hypha or jump tube, and a pressing organ from which a minute infection peg usually grow and enter the epidermal cell of host, that is the Haustoria. Let's speak about that later. Let's see this structure which is pressing against the host. This is the diagram of it, and it's very best explanation we can give through this. See, this is a hyphal structure, and this lobed part is Appressorium, and it's a host cell. See, it is pressing, consider this as host, this is pressing against, as it's a lobe structure, it is pressing against the host surface so that it gives a proper penetration to this structure. When it is pressed against, then it gives a proper penetration to this, later through which the Haustorias develop, etc., and they helps to attach the surface of host. And fungi and high plant host will have a proper attachment through this Appressorium. Next one is the Haustoria, and it's a continuation from the Appressorium itself. Appressorium leads to this Haustoria. That's the meaning of the Haustoria. Hauster means drinker. We can call some drinkers as you are a hauster. That's what it means. Means this Haustoria, this structure, what they enters into the cell, see, it has entered into the cell. There they absorb the nutrients. That is why they drink the nutrients from the cell. That's why we call them as it's a drinker. Haustoria is a drinker now. Let's see the definition. It's a special hyphal structure sent into the cell to absorb the nutrients to become a drinker. And it will be thin and pointed while piercing, expands in the cell cavity. Means they are very smart. These fungi are very smart, and this structure can't easily get into the cell, right? If it is a cell, it will be very difficult to enter this. So they form, let's rub this, they form a thin and piercing one. See, it is very sharp, and this can easily penetrate. They can pierce and penetrate into the cell. That's what they enter there. They start expanding. See, it's a lock system. Before entering, they will be very sharp. They pierce and enter. They get locked. They expand there, and it can't easily come out. That is the technique they use, and they're very smart. I think smarter than humans. Okay. And they are usually knob-like or balloon-like. See, this will be a knob-like or a balloon-like structures. Next comes the stroma. It's a special structure. That's the meaning. Stroma means a mattress or cushion. Let's say the definition. It's a compact somatic structure or a hyphal aggregation. A hyphal aggregation on which fructification of fungi are usually formed. This word is unusual, right? Fructification means fruiting. What is the meaning of fruiting in the fungi? Means the process of production of spores, what we call as the fructification. If we say fructification in fungi or some ferns or lower some organisms, then it means the process of production of spores. So this process takes place on this structure, which is like a cushion or a mattress. And the best examples are Acervuli, Peonates, Sporodicea, etc. And they are fertile stromata. It's an example for the fertile stromata. Now we shall continue with the Sclerotium. Scleros means hard. It's a hard structure among the fungi. In the definition, it is a resting body formed by the aggregation of somatic hyphae into dense mass. Into dense mass, they will aggregate and form this hard structure, and it's a resting body. It's a thick walled one. Resting structure contain the food reserves. They contain the food reserves. On germination, if they go on germination, they directly produce the mycelium. They leave all other procedures and directly produce the mycelium one. The best example is Sclerotium rauxi and Rhizoctonia solani, and they may also be sporogenous and bear mass of spores. Means that does not only contain some food reserves or other things, they may also contain the spores. A complete mass of spores they may contain. The best example is Botrytis cinerea. They may also be carpogenous. Carpogenous means these Sclerotium contain fruit bearing stalks. The stalks that base the fruit they contain, if they contain them, then we call them as the carpogenous. if they contain these spores, master spores, sporogenous, etc. And it's very important to know about the Sclerotium. Now we shall see the Mycorrhiza. Mycus means mushroom, rhiza means root. Mushroom here, it doesn't only indicate the mushrooms, generally the fungi. Here we can refer them as the fungi. It is the mycorrhiza is the symbiotic association with a higher plant root and a fungal mycelium. Mycorrhizal plants increases the surface area of the root system, means those roots area through which they absorb the nutrients, here it will be increased for better absorption of nutrients from soil, especially when the soils are deficient in phosphorus. If the soil is deficient in phosphorus, we generally see these mycorrhiza with roots. They help the plants to absorb the nutrients. Okay, among mycorrhiza, there are three types. One is ectotrophic or ectomycorrhiza, endotrophic or endomycorrhiza, and another one is ectotrophic mycorrhiza. And only this much is enough at this point of time, and no much explanation about this is required. Okay, by this I end this video, and thanks for watching this video. Please share this video with your friends, because the fungi is very basic and you need a very clear direction for the understanding. I hope this will be very helpful. I will be uploading the videos every Thursday. Please do subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications. And thank you. Please do share, like, comment and subscribe.